The year was 1600, in Binondo, Manila. The Spanish ruled the Philippines, and the Catholic faith was woven into the fabric of life. In a modest home, a child was born to a Chinese father and a Filipino mother. His name, Lawrence Ruiz. From the start, his life was ordinary. He was not a warrior, not a scholar, not a priest. He was a boy who loved serving at Mass as an altar server, a boy who learned the art of calligraphy, and later, a man who married, raised 3 children, and dreamed only of peace for his family. But peace shattered. A crime was committed, a murder, and Lawrence was accused. There was no trial, no fairness. His name was branded. His safety was gone. He ran, not as a saint, not as a martyr, but as a fugitive desperately clinging to hope. A ship offered escape. On board were Dominican missionaries bound for Japan. Lawrence thought he was escaping death, but he was sailing straight into it. Japan in the 1630s was a nation at war with Christianity. Foreign missionaries were hunted. Converts were tortured. Faith was a crime. The moment Lawrence and his companions set foot on Japanese soil, they were arrested. Then came the torment. Not swift death, but a long, drawn-out breaking of the body. Prison, hunger, threats, and finally, the dreaded torture, tsurushi, suspended upside down over a pit, one hand free so blood would not rush too quickly to the head. A torture designed to stretch death into days. Most men would break. Some begged for mercy. Others denied Christ. But Lawrence Ruiz, the man who once only wanted safety for his wife and children, looked at his captors and said words no whip or pit could silence. I am a Catholic, and wholeheartedly do accept death for God. If I had 1,000 lives, all these to him shall I offer. Those words sealed his fate. On September 29, 1637, he died hanging above the pit, broken in body, unbroken in faith. Centuries later, the Church looked back not at a fugitive, not at a victim of circumstance, but at a man who turned fear into courage and death into eternal victory. In 1987, Lawrence Ruiz was canonized by Pope John Paul II, the first Filipino saint and martyr, patron of altar servers, migrant workers, and the Filipino people. Not a man who sought death, not a man who planned for glory, but a man who, in the darkest moment of his life, chose to say yes to God. If this story of courage moved you, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep the faith alive by telling the world about the saints who gave everything